slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag.
We hope you've had a great and Merry Christmas. Time to add one more gift under the tree. Up we go, here on EA Sports. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Steelers led out by their quarterback, Russell Wilson. Still strange to not see him in a Seattle uniform where he was for a decade, a couple of years with the Broncos. And now Greg, the 9-time Pro Bowler, year 1 in Pittsburgh.
When we sat down with him earlier in the week, Mike, as you would imagine, he wasn't exactly thrilled when we brought up the fact that he had 4 interceptions in last week's game. You could tell it was still on the top of his mind. He was still working to put it behind him. I think my biggest takeaway was just how excited he was to get back on the field and have a fresh start. And I think we want to see him get off to a fast start here early, get some easy completions, put last week behind him. If he can move forward and he can play to the level he's capable of, I think they're going to have a lot more success here in this one today.
Second and 7. Another run here with Harris. And he'll weave his way down close to that first down. Gonna come up just a little shy. It's gonna be 3rd down and short. He'll try to run for it with Harris. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
On first down, right back to Harris. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll give it to Harris again. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Harris. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That is caught downfield by Pickens. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it first and goal. They'll run with Harris.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
From the 1, second and goal. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Najee Harris, touchdown Steelers. With that, he hits the 20 mark for touchdowns on the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Brown now to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs come out with the face of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. 2-time regular season MVP, 3-time Super Bowl MVP. Just in his 8th year, best in the business at the helm for KC, Greg.
He's coming off such a strong performance last week, Mike, where he did a little bit of everything. Throws for 3 touchdowns, ran for another, but most importantly, leads his team to the big win. I'll tell you what, he has his eyes set on trying to do the same thing here over these next 4 quarters.
And we'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. Peyton Wilson, that time, in on the stop. Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Chiefs first down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
3rd and long for Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Steelers offense and running back Najee Harris getting set to take over once more. And he continues to be a thorn in the side of defenses trying to stop him. Currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. That's quickly out to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. That is a big-time play for the Steelers. 38 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
On the give, it's Harris. And he'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. George Karlaftis, the former Boilermaker, in there for the sack.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Third and long. It's Wilson. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
So, a little extra time to think about what to do on 4th down as we are through quarter number 1. It's the Steelers with the early lead. And we're back to the Steel City after this. On fourth down, the veteran Chris Boswell on for the Steelers. This will be an even 40-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
Really nice play there by Xavier Worthy. And if I'm a defensive coordinator around the league, and I'm thinking to myself, Mike, how do I stop this Chiefs offense? How do I stop Mahomes and Kelsey? Well, they just add a wide receiver that has the fastest 40-yard.
The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. One of the Steelers has it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Hardman now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive as they'll begin here with 1st down. Now, Mahomes. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
We're trying to set up the screen here with Pacheco. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at 3rd down.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
Anytime it's 3rd and short, you better account for the running back out of the backfield. And that's exactly what they do here. great job by the defense taking him down for a loss. Brings up fourth down.
Here's Madden now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. And no chance to down this one. It carries deep into the end zone for a touchback. George Pickens and the Steelers offense heading back onto the field. He's put together some kind of campaign. Currently second in the NFL in touchdown receptions amongst wideouts. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Now the veteran, it's Cordero Patterson. And he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25. Out of the gun, here's Russ. Open man is Hopkins. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Here's Harris. Taking on defenders, plowing forward. A pickup of 5. Look wide, get this one complete, and a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's Pickens. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. Another catch from there. Numbers starting to stack up in this one. Closing in on 100 yards, and we're still in the 1st half. Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. Here's a run. Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Now Russ. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Hardman now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. Room up the sideline at the 45. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game. And you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw is Mahomes. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. A pickup of 14 on that one. And the Chiefs have a first down. Here's Mahomes. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Steelers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10. Wilson. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. That is Mike Dana working his way in there to record the sack. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Now a screen set up for Harris.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
From the shotgun, Wilson. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
Third and 2. Now Wilson. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Again, Wilson. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. He has really thrown the ball well here in this first half. Look at the numbers. Over 200 yards passing now for the game. Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it first and goal. Wilson will throw again. First down throw there is incomplete.
Not only does he let the ball go through his hands, he lets 6 points slip away with that drop. I mean, everyone else does their job. The ball's on target. Listen, this is the big boy league now. The reality is, you just got to catch the ball.
Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's second and goal. To throw again is Wilson. And he's in. Pat Freiermuth. Touchdown Steelers.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Steelers move out even further ahead. It is now 31-0. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Hardman now to return it. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now flags fly. Looks like someone got going early, and it's going to turn into first and 15.
Still first down.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line. On first down, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and a big tight end momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago.
And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And things are getting a little tight with 2 weeks left in the regular season. Already, we can look ahead in both conferences to some critical divisional matchups ahead in Week 18. Caught by the tight end, Wiley. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. First down throw, Mahomes. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Peyton Wilson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
They'll come up here, first and 10. A run. Here's Harris. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. On the ground, this is Harris. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
That's a heck of a stop there defensively, Mike. 2nd and inches, you're thinking the first down is pretty much a formality, but not for this defense. They pack it in tight, they sell out on the run, and they're going to force this team to snap it again on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll work his way down to the 32-yard line, and that is enough for a 1st down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. Play action. Now, Wilson. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. George Pickens. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Hardman now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Here come the Chiefs and last year's Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes, for their next drive. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A quick throw going to be caught by Worthy. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On play action, it's Mahomes. This one is complete inbounds, but not a whole lot out of it. It just gets back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Man in motion is Brown. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, KC.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
They put Kelsey in motion. That is caught down the field. It's worthy. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Mahomes now to throw again. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And the Chiefs are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and, man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Steelers offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Throwing is Wilson. Into the hands of Pickens. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A give, and here comes Harris. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And this is just more of the same, picking up exactly where he left off in the first half. And these numbers, Mike, as you see him, they just pop out at you. I mean, he has been the driving force of this offense from the very start.
They run it over center with Harris. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, it almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the second.
Play action. It's Wilson. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. He was trying to get that to Najee Harris. 3rd down coming up.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He's got his tight end. That's Freiermuth. It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Throw over the middle, brought in by Hopkins. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Terrific day throwing the ball, and the numbers now show it. Over 300 yards passing in this one. So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. Throwing again. Wilson. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will score. Pat Freiermuth. Touchdown Steelers. That's his 2nd touchdown of this one. And he's got a half dozen for the year. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Hardman now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They put Kelsey in motion. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Day. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, it's Harris. And he'll bring it inside the red zone. Finding space. Gain of 7. Inside the 20. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Another run here with Harris. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson to throw. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds, but he has the first down inside the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
A run on 1st and goal. He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now Russ. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Now a screen set up for Harris. Some determined running, but they're going to stop him short of the goal line.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the 1st down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
Brown now to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a 1st down. They put Kelsey in motion. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Joey Porter Jr. got a hand in there and made the play.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. They put Kelsey in motion. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. On 4th down, Harrison Butker on for the Kansas City field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chiefs cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back.
Still first down.
A run with Harris. So that's a good bounce back there. They'll get this back very close to that first down marker. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. They'll give it to Harris again. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Behind the line of scrimmage. Brings up third down.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's 3rd and 2. He'll try to run for it with Harris. And he's got it. That'll move the chains. First down at the 47. Give up the middle to Harris. And a nice game there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Here's 2nd and 2.
I was built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on the gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna end.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, a disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. Go!
To last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my
this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grieving. Put your foot on the gas, no, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it, I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it, you know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic.